Kansas won its sixth-ranked BYU 17-13 for BYU's first loss of the season. Number 1 Oregon won at Wisconsin 16-13. Atticus Sappington, the game-winning 24-yard field goal with 2:36 to play. Oregon is 11-0. 12th-ranked Georgia over number 7 Tennessee 31-17. 13th-ranked Boise State won at San Jose State 42-21. Boise State's Ashton Jeanty ran for 159 and 3 touchdowns. Arizona State won its 16th-ranked Kansas State 24-14. New Mexico upset 18th-ranked Washington State 38-35. And at the NBA Saturday night, De'Aaron Fox scored 49 in Sacramento's 121-117 win over Utah, one night after scoring 60 points in an overtime loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
You got the wild man here for Arnie Homes, a local family-owned business with over 30 years in building quality crafted homes. If you're in Lincoln, St. Charles, or Warren counties, accept no substitutes. We'll build on your land or ours. Arnie is suplexing hidden costs right out of here. Customers said it's a home you never want to leave and want to pass down for generations. So if you want your home to be the heavyweight champion of your neighborhood, get yourself to ArnieCustomHomes.com.
Need that morning pick-me-up on your way to work? Downtown Winfield's the place to be. Common Grounds Coffee House, featuring the almost world-famous Block 25. Common Grounds Coffee House. Check us out on Facebook or stop by today. 205 Main Street, downtown Winfield.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 10 o'clock in the Heartland.
Paul Stevens. House Republicans openly worried now that too many Trump cabinet picks are thinning the GOP's margin in that chamber.
We know that we're going to have to be very careful. The Speaker has said it. And further taking, obviously, is going to have to be done based on the same care.
California GOP Congressman Darrell Issa on Fox. New York City, unlikely, officials say, to cooperate with ICE and other agencies to carry out President-elect Trump's promises of mass deportations. Some, though, saying deportations of criminals are needed.
And when the Trump administration takes hold in January, they're going to do their job. And that means going to cities like ours and going into our migrant shelters and taking those who have committed heinous crimes out of the city. They don't belong here. Out.
New York GOP City Councilwoman Vicky Palladino on Fox. American listener, Fox News.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value for your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
I'm Lauren Simonetti, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks falling for the day and week as investors dial back expectations for a December interest rate cut after Fed Chair Jerome Powell said that the central bank wasn't in a hurry to reduce rates. In the meantime, new data showed robust retail sales growth in October, adding to evidence of U.S. economic strength. Tech and healthcare were the worst performing sectors. The Dow falling 306 points, the Nasdaq lower by 428, S&P 500 down 79. In terms of vaccine makers like Pfizer and Moderna fell after President-elect Trump announced he was nominating Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a critic of vaccines and federal health agencies, to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. Shares of McDonald's fell 2%. The fast food giant is spending tens of millions of dollars to help its U.S. restaurants recover from last month's E. coli outbreak tied to its quarter pounders. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Hillary Barsky, invested in you.
It is time to take the quiz.
5 days a week, it's 5 questions in less than 5 minutes. We ask people on the streets of New York City to play along. Let's see how you do.
Including the pre-Super Bowl era, what NFL franchise has won the most NFL championships?
I'm going to say the Cowboys.
I guess I would say the Packers.
How'd you do? Exactly. These get tougher, so hang on.
Make sure you take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox. Thank you for taking the quiz.
Out and about once again in Troy, Missouri. South Lincoln Drive means Country State of Mind Designs. I'm talking with Lisa today. There's a saying that goes, if your business doesn't have a sign, there's no sign of your business.
That's correct.
So Country State of Mind Designs does so much more than just signs. But that's the main thrust of things, right? You're trying to help the visibility of local businesses to, ensure their viability.
We thrive on helping you guys be noticeable and recognizable. We can do anything from light signs, flat signs, vehicle graphics, shirts.
You guys have a lot more to offer than just signs.
We do embroidery here. We also have the newest and latest t-shirt with the direct-to-film printer. We actually print in-house.
You guys have a great website at countrystateofminddesigns.com. And if somebody wants to talk about an upcoming project, Lisa, how do they get a hold of you?
636-775-1117, or they can email us at csmdesigns.troy@gmail.com.
Out and about in Troy, Missouri at Country State of Minds at 139 South Lincoln Drive. Come see Lisa and the whole staff today.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
In college football Saturday night, Kansas won its 6th-ranked BYU 17-13 for BYU's first loss of the season. Number 1 Oregon won at Wisconsin 16-13. Atticus Sappington, the game-winning 24-yard field goal with 2:36 to play. Oregon is 11-0. 12th-ranked Georgia over number 7 Tennessee 31-17. 13th-ranked Boise State won at San Jose State 42-21. Boise State's Ashton Genty ran for 159 and 3 touchdowns. Arizona State won at 16th-ranked Kansas State 24-14. New Mexico upset 18th-ranked Washington State 38-35. And at the NBA Saturday night, De'Aaron Fox scored 49 in Sacramento's 121-117 win over Utah, one night after scoring 60 points in an overtime loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 45 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the upper 60s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the lower 60s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 56. In Wentzville it's 55 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Well, good Sunday morning. It is time for Uncensored Wrestling Talk here in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO, and of course that music that you're listening to right now, Hot Stuff by Donna Summer, used to be the entrance theme music for the morning only. Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert, and that's getting back into the Wayback Machine.
Oh my gosh,
baby. And of course, as always, joining me this morning, our resident referee, the 1-2-3 man. He is HD Daniels.
Hello.
Good morning, my brother. And also, right across from me, sitting to HD's right, he is Superfan Superfan Tim Williams.
Well, good morning. You know, that's funny. You bring the way back.
The recording, making sure that everything's going. And, of course, you can watch us on the radio's Facebook feed. How do you find it? Just type in KYRO 1280 AM 105.3 FM. Switch those numbers around and you'll find it. Of course, also on the Traveling News Productions Facebook feed, YouTube, Rumble. Go like and subscribe. Also, of course, on the Uncensored Wrestling Talk Facebook page and HD. Also on X. Yes, sir?
Yeah, we're on X at UW Talk KYRO.
UW Talk KYRO. There we go. Hot diggity. Hot diggity. Hey, we're off to a running start this morning, boys. But, okay, Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We talk about anything and everything wrestling. We talk anything and everything entertainment, and we had a quote-unquote massive event that happened on Friday night, right? It was Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. I believe there was 7 undercard fights on that card. And I would say that what was Barrios versus Ramos. That match was very, very good.
Oh,
that one ended
I think that's still the show.
The ladies' championship match, that was extremely good. But man, oh man, that Tyson Paul match left you like, why did I watch this?
Right. Well, it even seemed like there's people booing towards the end of it because all it was 2 guys just dancing around in the ring.
I mean, you got one that's 27 years old, flashy, and abrasive, and 30, 40 million followers on YouTube, and all this kind of stuff. And then you've got the baddest man on the planet, right? So-called. And I wouldn't want to fight him in an alley.
Oh, no.
Still, even at 58 years old, I wouldn't want to fight him in a dark alley. But, I mean, dude, you're 58 years old.
Right. It showed. It
definitely showed. No, I will say this. If Jake Paul had gotten in closer than what he did, Mike Tyson might very well have connected with one of those hot shots.
Right.
And knocked him down and maybe even possibly have knocked him out. But it's his legs. His legs were not moving like really.
He was stationary. Only thing was bobbing left, bobbing right, just trying to avoid any contacts and jabs from Jake. So,
HD, did you see this match?
Yeah, I watched the match.
What was your thought? Your thoughts and takeaways from it?
You mentioned dancing. I saw a lot of people commenting about dancing, and all I could think about was like the wrestling critics that talk about the dancing that happens in wrestling today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it almost looks like a couple times I thought Jake was calling out moves.
When Tyson was doing the biting the gloves thing, in my mind, I was like, is he calling plays? Like, what's he doing?
I'm coming to the left. I'm coming to the right.
Well, he said in an interview afterwards that it's just a tick.
Right.
And I can understand that. I mean, I'd rather him biting his glove than trying to bite an ear or a nose or anything along those kind of lines. But if I don't know, somebody should have tried to help him get some therapy or and I don't mean that in a bad way, just something to get over that, because if he wasn't biting on that glove, he could have been throwing lefts, jabs, and then a heavy right. But 90% of that match, he was biting on his left glove.
Maybe it was anxiety. Who knows?
It could be. It could very well be. But those first 2 rounds, though, Tyson took them. Tyson took those first 2 rounds convincingly, I thought. And he did land a couple of stiff shots. But Jake Paul was staying just out of the range. Smart on his part. Until that 3rd and 4th round when he knew Tyson's legs were finally gone and they were like noodles. And then started coming in a little bit more, but still hesitant throughout the rest of the fight.
The one thing that I didn't realize that he got called for not measuring or trying to measure Tyson.
He did get called.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was a faux pas in boxing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I didn't either until that moment.
Yeah, big time faux pas. But you know, then after that match was over with, the interviewer was talking to Tyson and asked him if he was done or if he wanted to fight again, and he looked over at Jake Paul's brother, Logan Paul, who we know very well in the wrestling world now. And I'm not taking anything away from Logan Paul. He's a great, athletic specimen, right? But he was asked, "Hey, are you done? Do you want to do it again?" He goes, "How about his brother?" Yikes! Yikes!
WrestleMania, setting up for Mania, right?
Well, I mean, that's an idea, I guess. Do we really want to see that, though? Do we really want to see that?
Not really.
HD?
Yeah, no.
All right, we digress. But I mean, again, here's my biggest takeaway from the entire night as a whole, though. There were a lot. Not so much during the last fight between Tyson and Paul, but during the evening when I was checking in on different things going on, there was a lot of buffering. A lot of buffering going on. And I know that it wasn't just me, and I know it was going on all over the country. A lot of buffering going on. Netflix, I tell you what, my friends, you better get your stuff together before Monday Night Raw comes to Netflix on January the 6th, because you're going to have the same issues if you don't.
Yeah, and it made me wonder what's going to happen if they try to if Netflix actually starts taking some of the pay-per-views. I mean, could you imagine WrestleMania on Netflix and them still having buffering issues?
I don't know. I think because Peacock still has 2 more years left on that deal.
Yeah, I'm not for sure.
Oh, really?
So those pay-per-views are still going to be on Peacock.
Okay.
But I mean, now another person that we were talking to this morning before we came on the show, C.T. Harrison, our producer, he doesn't seem to think that it's going to be too much of an issue. But we're talking worldwide, being able to watch it at the same time. Now, granted, Friday nights you could watch it worldwide, but I don't know. That match compared to the WWE as a whole, you got a lot more people watching WWE than you are going to watch, a Tyson-Paul fight, I think, in my own estimation.
How many viewers were there?
60 million.
How many does Mania get?
Oh.
So yeah, that's what I think.
Quadruple?
Right.
Quadruple that, at least. A quarter of a billion people watching it from around the world, and maybe sometimes it's not all at the same time, but with this being started on Netflix in January, they're really going to start pushing for these streamings and everything, and you're going to see a huge uptick, I think, in viewership of these streamings. Not only for Raw, but for your pay-per-views and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens. But Netflix,
the buffering is bad.
Get your stuff together. That's for sure. So it is what it is, I guess. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Another thing that I'm really excited about this, guys. We're getting closer and closer. AEW Full Gear next weekend, and we'll go over that card here in a little while. But next month will be the last, I guess you could call it, standalone pay-per-view, where it'll be on Triller TV and a few other different places that you can get it on. But starting in January, their pay-per-views will be on Max. So they're saying that it's going to be at a discounted rate. We'll see how much of a discounted rate that really truly is. But if it's more than $20, you're still not going to get the viewership that you want.
No, because you get Peacock for, when I got it, it was like $5 a month. Now it's about $8. But Yeah, keep that under 10.
Yeah, I mean, Peacock's gone up a little bit too, and I've had the package, I guess you'd say, where there's no ads and all that kind of sort of thing. So, and that has gone up a few bucks. It used to be, $5 for the regular service, $5 for no ads, $10, right? Now it's like $13, $14. I still see that going up a little bit again too before it's all said and done. So, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, until we know what the discount is and how much it is, I'm going to abstain from giving my opinion on whether or not I'd buy an AEW pay-per-view at that point.
Yeah. Now, and of course, you can join us on all of our different Facebook feeds and YouTube feeds and Rumble feeds and all that kind of stuff and interact with us, just like the one and only Herb Simmons this morning. Good morning, Mr. Simmons. We hope that you're doing well this morning. But yeah, join us in on our conversations. We want to know what you guys think about the different things that we are going to talk about today. And, let's subject matter. Just subject matter. What do you want to talk about today?
What do I want to talk about? Yeah. Well, we got SmackDown that happened this week. Dynamite, whatever. I'm open for anything.
All right. Well, you know what? We're up against our very first break. And we're going to go ahead and take that right now. And when we come back, we're just going to go ahead and just dive right in to the deep end here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. And we will be right back.
24-hour towing and recovery in Lincoln, Warren, Pike, or St. Charles County. Call B&B Towing, 636-262-3865. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. B&B will be on the way, 636-262-3865.
The Wrecking Crew. What do you guys do here?
We recycle. Our typical business is picking up stuff that nobody else can get.
People may have a lot of money laying in their property and they just don't realize it.
They do. A lot of money sometimes, and not where you would think it would be.
Where are you located?
Troy, Winfield, Vandalia, Missouri. We do boxes, trailers. We cut stuff up on site. We do insurance work. Farmers, if you have a burnt building or wind damaged building or grain bin, that's our specialty.
How do they get a hold of you?
Call me personally or call the office.
The Wrecking Crew, 636-462-1727. Lawn care, landscaping, and snow removal, residential and commercial. Contact Elm Lawn and Land Services, LLC, 636-290-4272. Elm Lawn and Land Services, LLC.
Well, welcome back. Uncensored Wrestling Talk here in the Gateway Fiber Studios and News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Myself, Sarge, along with the super fan and his Ultimate Warrior shades, and our resident referee, H.D. Daniels.
Hello.
Good morning, my friends. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. Let's just start going backwards, I guess, a little bit here. But Friday Night SmackDown.
It was fun.
The new bloodline once again getting the better of the OG bloodline and adding a member to their little group.
Is it a member or just kind of like a temporary hitman?
I think it's a temporary hitman, but we'll see what happens after. But I mean, they've got their team full-fledged and ready to go for War Games.
I must admit that I was shocked to see Bronson Reed show up.
I was too.
I mean, and him throwing the tsunamis on people. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Boy. Go ahead.
You know those tsunamis that he did on Seth, whatever it was, like 7 in a row?
Yeah.
I really think that's like the Raw moment of the decade. Like, I can't think of anything that's so stand out as much as that was. And I think it really, that's just one moment. Bronson Reed, I want to see more of him.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think that is a standout moment for the last 10 years. I would agree.
Yeah, and it was one of those you're like, oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. But, the pile driver on Randy Orton is still kind of sticking in my craw.
From last week?
Mm-hmm. Well, because you don't see it. And then they pull it out, and it was well placed.
It's a devastating move when it's done correctly.
Yeah.
Right.
And we saw that, but we digress. Back to this bloodline stuff.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed, what an addition to the new bloodline. So now you have Solo Sikoa, the quote-unquote tribal chief. You've got Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, the Gorillas of Destiny. I will never stop calling them that. Of course, that buzzsaw, Jacob Fatu, and now you've got the mountain. There's only one monster. There's only one monster. That's Braun Strowman, all right. But he's a mountain. He's definitely a mountain of a man, and that Bronson Reed going to go up against, of course, Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn. And we saw during the week Sami going to different people, trying to get people to join up, and nobody having anything to do with it. But that first person that he went to, Seth freaking Rollins, now that Bronson Reed is part of the new bloodline, I don't know. I disagree. I don't think he's still. I mean, he told both Sami and Solo, no way.
But it's different.
But this is different now. What HD said. It's different now, my friend.
I was waiting all week, you made your comment, your guess. It was right. KO and Cody added to each team. Right. I was like, you know what? That is so obvious. So all week I'd be just, who's Sami going to go to? Oh, I wonder who it's going to be. And he didn't go to Cody, so I don't know. He threw me off, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I've got another conspiracy theory now. So
what's throwing me off is those crazy
I know. How are we supposed to take him seriously?
All right, fine. All right.
It worked. Yes.
No, what I'm thinking is actually, here's how it's going to go. Because we saw Jimmy talk to somebody. Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to set up, I think he might be the person.
Who is he talking to?
Who was he talking to?
Braun Breaker.
Because then you get nobody on the Bloodline team that he really has issues with.
But Bronson, I think, is going after the Intercontinental title as soon as he gets done with Sheamus.
Oh, they're going to set up that rivalry in the War Games?
Right. Maybe, but I doubt it.
Is Braun Breaker a heel?
Yes. I would call him a heel.
That's why I'm asking, because he's getting cheers.
He ain't a good guy.
He's in that
correct.
He's lukewarm waters.
You know what? I don't want to call him a good guy. I don't want to call him a bad guy. I'm going to call him a guy that does whatever needs to be done to win the match.
Even if the tactics are underhanded.
Even if the tactics are underhanded.
That doesn't make him a good guy.
But it doesn't really make him a bad guy, because I know he doesn't really blatantly break the rules, I guess you could say. But he's not below punching somebody right in the mouth or spearing him into the stairs or any of that kind of stuff if it's needed.
So, I mean, you could be onto something. Like, why add Bronson Reed to the team if you don't have a future plan for him? Like, what's going to happen in the War Games match? I'm thinking, though, who do you think Roman wanted? I mean, we know he wanted to call Paul Heyman, but why? There's got to be somebody
to get the advice,
right?
To get that advice that he used to.
The question is whenever Jay was hollering at Roman, call him.
Yeah.
Do you think he meant
who's the one guy?
Wise man, or do you think he meant Seth?
Well, who's the one guy that Paul Heyman knows?
You know, I think I know the road that you're going down, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn right onto that road. And I'm going to say the name, and if it's not the name that you're thinking of, that's okay. But this is what I'm thinking. He tries to call Paul Heyman. His number is disconnected because of the fact that Solo Sikoa destroyed that phone a couple of months ago.
Oh, is that what they're going with?
Well, that's what he did.
Right.
If you remember, when they attacked him, when they attacked the Wise Man, one of the things was he pulled that phone from him, threw it on the ground, and stomped on it and broke it. Then, after that, is when they did the number on him.
Subtle details. Okay.
So, tries to call him. He's got a new number. He's got a new phone, right? Eventually, they're going to connect. And what Paul does, and this has got to happen pretty quickly, of course, because we're coming up on December the 30th for War Games? Or, I mean, November the 30th.
That's a long time.
Yeah, November the 30th for War Games for Survivor Series. The Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. HD?
I mean,
Is that who you were thinking
it's
of?
logical to me, but I don't know if anybody wants it to happen.
Sometimes you don't know you wanted it until it's right there in front of your face.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think if Paul gets involved, he's going to call for the Second City Saint.
I don't see it. I don't see it. Why would CM Punk join in on this? Why?
As a favor to Paul.
Yeah, as a favor to Paul. I could see it happening.
Maybe. Now that's the real question here. Let's say that does happen here. Do you want to see CM Punk fighting alongside the OG bloodline against the new bloodline?
I think it would make more sense for it to be Lesnar because of the Paul Heyman. In my opinion, they never fully explained why Paul left Brock in the first place.
True. Very true.
Well, he made a choice.
Yeah, but he never actually went on television and said, "I am with Roman Reigns now because of these reasons." He never.
It's very true.
I mean, yeah, there's the history of the Wild Samoans and everything, but it was never fully explained why Brock was just dumped.
Well, I mean, at that time, I still think Brock had his moment in the sun. They put everything on Roman, and Roman's carried it for a while. So that is why, and Paul knew that Roman was the next to step up.
Sure.
So I think that's why Paul always went back to Roman, even though they had that brief stint where he was supporting Brock over Roman.
Interesting stuff. And then, of course, there's always that wild card. There's always that wild card where it's somebody that we didn't even see coming.
Well, we didn't see Bronson Reed coming.
This is true.
So,
this is very true.
Well, what's the reason that he would want to join the new bloodline? What do we think?
I mean, he's from New Zealand, Australia, down under, near the South Pacific. He's probably got some Samoan blood in him somewhere along the line.
I would love it if they made a connection like that.
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's more along the lines of why.
I think it's just a hit.
Yeah.
I think they're just paying him money. They
could
see
do that too.
They see the biggest monster right now of WWE, and that's Bronson Reed.
Could be. It could be.
So then how about Braun Strowman on the other side?
If he's healthy, I would.
Yeah, he's injured, right?
See, that's a problem. Is the health issues with Braun?
This is true. I mean,
I think it's going to be. They're going to leave us speculating all the way up to right before Thanksgiving on who it could be.
Maybe.
I mean,
they've got this Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, and then next week's Monday Night Raw and SmackDown before we get to the actual Survivor Series pay-per-view.
But
we got 4 shows.
If they're just paying for Hitman, what about Drew McIntyre on the old OTC?
No, I don't see that either.
I mean, he really hates Jay. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he also hates Roman Reigns.
Exactly. Yeah.
So because of what happened in Clash at the
Castle.
Castle.
For hits, people who could take out other people. I mean,
they're the good
you'd
guys.
want them.
They want friends.
Exactly. They want somebody that's going to be able to watch their back.
And wasn't last year Drew on the Bloodline?
Was it?
I don't remember.
Was it?
I am almost.
No, it was Judgment Day. It was Judgment Day he was with.
He's right.
Okay.
He joined up with the Judgment Day.
Because they were fighting Cody and Seth and Randy Orton and a few others. So that was completely, yeah.
Okay, that's right.
But, I mean, the most logical choice, though, for me, the most logical choice since Bronson Reed has joined this fray would be Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah. He changes his mind on Raw and he joins up.
Yeah. And you may not see that this week. You may not see it on Friday Night SmackDown. You might see it next week on Monday Night Raw, because Bronson Reed has joined up with the Bloodline. I don't think that the many attacks on Seth Rollins stops. In fact, I could even see where the Bloodline's joining in with Bronson Reed on those attacks.
Seth versus Bronson is not over yet.
No.
So it makes sense for him to do
And if I remember correctly, they're having a match tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. So we could very well see Seth Rollins picking up that win, but then directly after that win, here comes the new Bloodline. They're doing a beatdown. Here comes the OG Bloodline to make the save. Not really so much to make the save, just to fight with the Bloodline, the new Bloodline, and inadvertently making the save.
Right.
And then Seth being, okay, let's do this.
So do you think Roman's going to be there? Because, if he's really going to seal the deal, I think Roman needs to go up in the ring, call Seth, and ask him.
Okay, so look at it at numbers-wise here. You've got 5 members of the new Bloodline. You've only got 4 members of the OG Bloodline, okay? If Roman doesn't show up, that still only leaves 4 people fighting in the ring against 5. The numbers, they don't add
Well,
up.
that'll lead to tension with Seth and Roman. Why weren't you here helping us?
Exactly.
We got beat up, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. So I think Roman does show. I think he does show up with the Usos.
Or do they keep the tension?
And Sammy.
What I was going with, they're going to keep the tension because you can't forget about Roman's past.
So you don't think Roman's going to show up on Monday
When
Night
was the
Raw?
last time he was on Raw?
It's been forever.
Yeah.
It has been forever. It's been a long time.
And I just have I don't know, a problem with this whole thing, because are we just supposed to forget about WrestleMania 40 now? like for real.
Kind of.
I mean, it was so long ago.
No, it wasn't. It was almost a year ago.
No, it wasn't.
It was like, what, 7 months ago?
Yeah, 2024 it happened.
Yeah. But yeah, you're supposed to forget about all that.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. The chair in the main event and the tag team match the night before were just, let's forget about all that.
Well, the chair was his Roman.
I know.
Getting his redemption.
I know that, but still, it happened.
But really, was it really true redemption? Because it was Seth Rollins, and we're forgetting way back history. It was Seth Rollins who used the chair on Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. So, if anybody's got beef with anybody, it would have to be, I would imagine, Roman Reigns still having beef with Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Well, he got his revenge.
But yeah, he got the tit for tat, the payback. That's why they had the chair shot at WrestleMania.
But the story never ends.
No, not in WWE.
The story never, and the hatred. No, hatred's not the right word.
Distrust.
Yes. DTA. Don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
So it's going to be it's an interesting situation going on right now.
And that's what they want. They want interesting TV with conflict and all that. But at the same time, it's like all that time spent leading up to Mania 40.
Yeah.
And then it happened. Oh, let's just tag team now. They already did it with Cody and Roman.
Well, yeah, that's what I was about to say. They did it with Cody and Roman at the last pay-per-view, right? So
I didn't like that either.
Hey, I can't say I'm not in the same boat. I really didn't
Roman asked
very much myself.
He said, "Cody, I need your help."
Yeah, I know, but I don't like it.
Did he really though? Did he really ask him? The answer is no. He really didn't ask him for his help. He begrudgingly accepted Cody as being his tag team partner because he didn't have anybody else at the time.
Right.
And that was the night, of course, Jimmy made his return.
Yep.
However, there was nobody. There was nobody to help Roman Reigns. So, I don't know. That is another name you could throw in the bucket. Cody Rhodes being a part of this War Games thing, but at the same time, he's got this thing going on with Kevin Owens now.
So if Cody does join up with that team, I think it's obvious then that KO will interfere somehow in the cage match, one way or another.
There's a top to this cage.
Not in WWE, there's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm remembering the moment where what's-her-face jumped off the top with a trash can on her head.
Oh, yeah, Io and...
was there?
No. And Ricochet did those, 4 flips off the top.
Right. That was in NXT.
You guys are thinking of WCW, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. They need to put a lid on the thing. They need to put
Blood and Guts
on the
has a
thing.
roof.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so how about this theory? This is where we get the return of the final boss. And does he make a heel turn at the end?
Well, he's already a heel. What do you mean a heel turn?
Well, everybody's still going to root for The Rock.
No.
Man, you know what?
I don't think so.
The Rock got booed that first night in St. Louis after he was
Big
announced.
time.
Oh my gosh, I was shocked.
Yeah, big time.
St. Louis booed him out of the building and he wasn't even there.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, and then also the last time when you saw Roman Reigns, Cody, Jimmy Uso in the ring together, he comes out, The Rock, and does the 1, the 2, and the 3, and then the slitting of the throat. He was getting booed then too. He was getting booed. Was there some cheering? Of course there was. There's always going to be some cheering.
Well, it's because it was a surprise.
But he ain't no good guy. he's out for himself, and he is the final boss, as he says.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
But then that sets up Roman and Rock this year at WrestleMania.
Good. Should have happened last year.
Well, you had to finish the story, though.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. He lost at 39.
All right, well, we are up against our second break here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk for the hour. We're going to go ahead and take it. And when we come back, we continue on with all this awesome talk. Professional wrestling. Can't beat it. We'll be right back.
Trust the professionals at Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions. Buying or selling, they'll make your dreams come true. Here's commercial property and development expert Rick Meyer.
Lincoln County has seen tremendous growth, and especially in residential, but along with that brings commercial development opportunities. Meyer & Company Real Estate's really tried to focus, and a lot of my direct focus has been on how can we bring good growth to our area, bring the services that we need. I think there has been a lot of interest by commercial developers to come and bring projects to, and we're right in the middle of it. There is a lot of interest in multifamily apartments or villas. Bottom line, not everybody can afford to buy a new house or find a place of their own on acreage. We really do have a need for multifamily and rental properties, whether it's a retail type operation. We're trying to attract those type businesses to the area as well.
Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, North Lincoln Drive in Troy, 636-462-5555. Online at MeyerListings.com.
No longer are you forced to pay high, non-member retail prices or be tied down to one brand of car wash because you belong to their loyalty program. Get better mileage out of your hard-earned dollar with a Wash Me membership. With Wash Me, it's as easy as click, click, clean. You decide where and when you want your car washed. Open the app, select a partner wash location, press go, and Wash Me will take you there using your favorite mapping app. Whether you're at home or away for some business or hopefully pleasure, you'll have access to a nearby Wash Me partner wash. Your Wash Me membership is linked to your mobile phone and not your vehicle, which means you can wash your car, a rental car, grandma's car, or any car, as long as you have your phone with you. Check out the Wash Me app on your favorite app store or mywashme.com for more information.
This moment of calm is brought to you by American National. Because life on the farm is stressful and insurance shouldn't be. American National. Relax. We're here. American National Property and Casualty Company and Affiliates, Springfield, Missouri.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 45 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the upper 60s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the lower 60s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 56. In Wentzville it's 55 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground? Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Uncensored Wrestling Talk here in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Of course, all of our different feeds on the Face of Books, YouTube, Rumble. Check them out. You can watch the show as well as interact with us, join in on the conversations that we are having. A huge thank you to our main sponsor of this show, NWA World League Wrestling. Christmas Bash 2024 right around the corner, December the 14th. Tickets, ladies and gentlemen, tickets just went on sale yesterday. Get your tickets now. Don't wait.
I got my tickets already.
I say it all the time. People don't seem to listen. Listen to me. Get your tickets now. Don't wait till the day of, because if you do, you're going to get turned away at the door, at the window. Tickets are sold out. Gone. No more. That means you ain't getting in. You big dum-dum. I mean, come on. The 2 out of the last 3 events, we've actually seen double sellouts.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well, you had an interesting interview on WLW Facebook that I saw this morning.
Okay.
The former wrestler that was one of the originals.
Will Schmidt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said something that really stuck to me.
Okay.
He said the fans with WLW can keep indie wrestling going.
That's right.
Which I truly believe. I see that, because
Absolutely.
being a fan, there is nothing like being ringside.
Yeah.
And you're right there, and it is so much fun.
A live experience of NWA World League Wrestling is like no other. The adrenaline, the excitement, the drama, the knockdown, dragouts, the unpredictability of it all, and anything can happen at World League Wrestling. We've seen that so many different times. Last month's WLW 25, the 25th anniversary, of course, out of the blue, because nobody knew it was coming outside of a few of us. The NWA picking up World League Wrestling as one of its territories. Now it is the 5th territory of the NWA, so we are going to see stars from the main roster of NWA, and you never know, we may see other folks from other territories that belong to the NWA now coming through and challenging a lot of our superstars on the roster. But one of those guys, I do want to say this real quick before I lose my train of thought on it, and it will happen if I don't. He became the New Breed Wrestling's heavyweight champion last night.
Yes.
What an accomplishment for that young man.
Congratulations to him.
Absolutely. I mean, Austin, everywhere he goes, if you really look at all the locations that he's wrestled at, every single time he turns up as a champion. I think it's just a matter of time before he's a NWA WLW champion.
Maybe a tag team champion.
Could be. I mean, he had his chance already with the Sergeant at Arms, Blade Lennox, and once again, dysfunction rearing its ugly head, and they did beat the Astonishing One in the Sergeant at Arms.
So I'm already kind of started fantasy booking some things here.
Okay.
How great would it be to see Big Jack Dane versus Jack Parker Jr.?
Ooh.
Sure. Why?
Heck yeah. I'm in.
I would love to see that one.
I'll call that match. Speaking of calling matches, if you want to see World League Wrestling If you're out of the market listening to us from another part of the country or what have you, go on YouTube and look up World League Wrestling's YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to that, because every weekend we drop a brand new World League Wrestling Showdown episode, and you'll see all the awesome action that goes on in World League Wrestling. So do that. Go to HarleyRace.com. Keep an eye on our live events. We've got some big ones coming up very, very soon. We've got, I know in February, there's going to be a show that Superfan you need to go to. It is going to be down at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And HD, you have not had the opportunity or the pleasure yet of being there at Fort Leonard Wood. Am I correct?
Oh, no, you are wrong.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was thinking, well, you were shaking your head no, and I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know
but
why I am
right.
My head no, but...
Stop shaking your head no.
Okay, I will.
But it is an awesome time when we are on that at Fort Leonard Wood. And I think I'm going to go on a little limb here, okay, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, HD. The loudest crowds that we've ever had at World League Wrestling.
I remember leaving last year's show and just thinking, that was so loud. Just maybe it's the building we're in, but it's also the volume of people.
Yes.
It's just loud.
Those soldiers bring it.
Mm-hmm.
They bring it every single time. So loud, in fact, I've had the opportunity and the honor of being the ring announcer for those first two events that we've done at Fort Leonard Wood. I couldn't hear myself think.
I know, right?
It was so doggone loud. Mm-hmm. But that's what you want, right?
Do we have a date yet for that?
It's if you can find that, we'll give that out. I know that there is a date out there. I don't know.
February 22nd.
February 22nd. Keep an eye on it on HarleyRace.com for those tickets when those go on sale, because those will go extremely quickly. Because you also have to remember, besides them being available on HarleyRace.com, they're going to be available different places there on Post and stuff too, on Fort Leonard Wood itself, and the soldiers will snatch all those tickets up. So really your only true opportunity to get tickets will be HarleyRace.com.
Alrighty.
So, with all those things being said, again, a huge congratulations to Austin Militalo, for capturing that MBW Heavyweight Championship last night in Sedalia, Missouri. Last weekend, we weren't too far away from Sedalia in Green Ridge.
Right.
That was an awesome event last week, and of course, we talked about it last weekend. But something that I saw that day, the next day, I should say, a week ago today, that I did not know happened. Skylar Sparks defended the NWA World League Wrestling's Ladies Division Championship, and in her defenses, she's now 1-0. She's on a winning, you could say a winning streak right now.
I saw the post, but I didn't know what promotion she took it to.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
She didn't really, it wasn't really said.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I mean, getting out there and defending that championship, I think the biggest part of a championship is defending that championship. I think it's even bigger than the journey to get to the championship. But Skylar Sparks, all things aside, what a competitor she is, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I have my issues with her and how she's acted recently and what she's done, but I will say congratulations to Skylar Sparks again becoming women's champion, and I am kind of excited to see who all she defends against and who all steps up to her too. I mean, now the door's wide open with a lot of women that could come in.
Well, just because she lost the belt doesn't mean she's out of the picture. Tootie Lynn. And, of course, you've got Cameron Burnett out there as well.
The marquee looked like it had Cameron on it.
For
December?
Yep.
I mean, the poster shows, but cards always subject to change.
True.
And no matches have been even put out quite yet. So what's going to happen? We don't know. We don't know. It could be somebody completely out of the blue that comes in. because we have seen Izzy B, we've seen Judy Azul, we've seen Miranda Gordy, of all people, come in and face different ladies in World League Wrestling. So now that we are a part of the NWA, and not just the NWA, but all the different territories together as well, the number of ladies that can come in is countless.
Wide open.
It's wide open. So she definitely has a target on her back. Having an NWA, even a territorial championship, that's how you get seen, right? That's how you get noticed. That's how you get more money. Moolah.
How's your head, Sarge?
Oh, I'm good now, brother. I am good. You know what? I'll be honest, though. When she knocked me in the head with that microphone, I was feeling it for a good almost 2 weeks. I had a lump on you all seen it? It was a huge goose egg on the side of my head. I was seeing stars that night. I wouldn't doubt that I got a concussion from it. But I was swimming. I was still seeing stars even a couple days afterwards. She ain't no joke. She packs a punch.
That's what I've heard. Everybody says that she'll haul off and hit you. Sometimes harder than the guys.
She has fought with the guys, okay? She has fought with the boys. So, again, Skylar Sparks, she ain't no joke. Look out. Look out to anybody that steps into the ring with her. But I also want to speak about Cameron Camaro Jackson.
Camaro.
Yeah, Camaro Jackson. My thoughts are getting all jumbled here. So many things racing through. What a night he had at WLW 25. And we may very well see him defend for the first time that NWA World League Wrestling Heavyweight Championship at Christmas Bash 2024. Again, no matches set, but if you, HD, if you were booking, if you were the booker, if you were the man with the pencil, right? Who would you have in the ring with Camaro Jackson for his very first title defense?
Well, there's a few different ways you could probably go with it. You could do a rematch with Superstar Steve.
Sure.
You could do, Super Steve's little buddy there.
You all day Aiden Riley.
The chicken little guy.
You said it, not me.
You're right. I own it.
You could do I don't know who I would pick. You could do a fun match. Two beloved guys, Camaro versus, say, Austin.
That would be good. What about Moses?
Moses?
Yeah.
Moses needs, he just lost that championship, the junior heavyweight championship, so maybe he needs, I don't know if he would have to earn that spot, but...
Yeah, but Attila has the number one contender.
He's got the number one contendership from winning that Battle Royal at WLW 25. Attila Khan, he could very well cash that in at Christmas Bash for a present of his own. We'll see. We will definitely see so many different opportunities, so many different ways that this can go. It's quite interesting.
We're seeing Trevor Murdoch all the time now. Maybe Trevor versus Camaro. How great would that be?
And he got that win over Superstar Steve last weekend at Green Ridge. So maybe that bumps him up ahead of Superstar Steve's rematch, if there is to be a rematch. Never know. It's going to be interesting.
But isn't the rematch after you lose a title kind of gone by the wayside?
In WWE, it has.
I think in a lot of organizations, it seems like it.
What's that? Say that again?
The automatic rematch clause.
Yeah, we don't really see that very much anymore, do we? We don't.
It's only pulled out when it's necessary.
And we've got about 2 minutes here before the top of the hour. I want to let everybody know later on this afternoon, 2 o'clock here on News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. 2 o'clock will be the pregame. And then around about 3:25 or so, it'll be kickoff for the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Buffalo Bills. And Superfan HD, I'm worried about this one.
Yeah,
this is going to be a tough game.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means, but it's going to be one whether or not they contain Allen or not, I think.
Very true. Very true. We will see what happens later on right here on News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. But for right now, though, this is Uncensored Wrestling Talk.
Yep.
And we've got about 1 more hour to go. Join us on all of our different feeds. We've got, of course, KYRO's Facebook feed. If you're trying to find it, KYRO 1280 AM, 105.3 FM. Look it up like that. Of course, Traveling East Productions, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, and anything else that you can think of. Go like and subscribe. Uncensored Wrestling Talk on the Facebook as well, of course, and HD on Twitter. Where can they find it?
At UW Talk KYRO. It's got some followers.
Simple. It's simple, folks. It's simple. Simple and to the point. All right. Well, we've got about 20 seconds, and we're going to go to the news, and we'll be back in around about 6-7 minutes after the top of the hour. But right now, hey, let's go ahead and go to the news and get this over with so we can get back into the world of professional wrestling and talk more about what happened this past week.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 11 o'clock in the Heartland.
Fox News, I'm Jack Callahan. President-elect Trump making another cabinet appointment.
He tapped oil executive Chris Wright to be energy secretary and his attorney William Scharf as White House staff secretary. Mr. Trump has made 20 nominations since the election less than 2 weeks ago.
Fox's John Scott. President Biden to visit the Amazon rainforest today after meeting with China's President Xi at the APEC summit meeting yesterday in Peru.
These conversations prevent miscalculations, and they ensure the competition between our two countries will not veer into conflict.
The president will travel to Rio de Janeiro later today for the G20 summit meeting. Russia launching a massive drone and missile attack on Ukraine targeting energy infrastructure and, according to a UN agency, threatening nuclear safety. America is listening to Fox News.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
I'm Lauren Simonetti, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks falling for the day and week as investors dial back expectations for a December interest rate cut after Fed Chair Jerome Powell said that the central bank wasn't in a hurry to reduce rates. In the meantime, new data showed robust retail sales growth in October, adding to evidence of U.S. economic strength. Tech and healthcare were the worst performing sectors. The Dow falling 306 points, the Nasdaq lower by 428, S&P 500 down 79. And shares of vaccine makers like Pfizer and Moderna fell after President-elect Trump announced he was nominating Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a critic of vaccines and federal health agencies, to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. Shares of McDonald's fell 2%. The fast food giant is spending tens of millions of dollars to help its U.S. restaurants recover from last month's E. coli outbreak tied to its quarter pounders. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Hillary Barsky, invested in you.
It is time to take the quiz.
5 days a week, it's 5 questions in less than 5 minutes. We ask people on the streets of New York City to play along. Let's see how you do.
Including the pre-Super Bowl era, what NFL franchise has won the most NFL championships?
I'm going to say the Cowboys.
Good guess. I would say the Packers.
How'd you do exactly? These get tougher, so hang on.
Make sure you take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox. Thank you for taking the quiz.
No longer are you forced to pay high, non-member retail prices or be tied down to one brand of car wash because you belong to their loyalty program. Get better mileage out of your hard-earned dollar with a Wash Me membership. With Wash Me, it's as easy as click, click, clean. You decide where and when you want your car washed. Open the app, select a partner wash location, press go, and Wash Me will take you there using your favorite mapping app. Whether you're at home or away for some business or hopefully pleasure, you'll have access to a nearby Wash Me partner wash. Your Wash Me membership is linked to your mobile phone and not your vehicle, which means you can wash your car, a rental car, grandma's car, or any car, as long as you have your phone with you. Check out the Wash Me app on your favorite app store or mywashme.com for more information.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
Pittsburgh Steelers running back Jaylen Warren is active for their showdown today against the Baltimore Ravens. He'd been questionable with a back injury. New York Jets receiver Devontae Adams is active for their game against the Indianapolis Colts. He'd been questionable due to illness and a wrist injury. Green Bay Packers cornerback Jair Alexander is active at Chicago. He'd been questionable with a knee injury. Bears pass rusher Montez Sweat is active as well. He'd been questionable with an ankle injury. And Miami Dolphins Pro Bowl left tackle Teron Armstead is active for their game against the Las Vegas Raiders. He'd been questionable with a knee injury. In college football on Saturday night, Kansas upset 6th-ranked BYU 17-13 for BYU's first loss of the season. New Mexico upset 18th-ranked Washington State 38-35.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 45 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the upper 60s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the lower 60s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 56. In Wentzville it's 55 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
I'm loving this jumping in the Wayback Machine for theme music.
Wayback? This is an FTR?
No. This is the original. The original from, of course, the NWA days. The Midnight Express. Beautiful Bobby Eaton, Dennis Condrey, Sweet Stan Lane, whatever pick that you want to put in there. Of course, you would have Jim Cornette in there, leading those gentlemen to the ring. Wow. That's jumping back into the machine.
You're right, it does sound like FTR.
Yeah. It is.
Their music is a throwback to this.
It is. It is the same music. The same ones. And I do love the fact that they jumped that Wayback Machine and use it. I think it's one of the best theme musics of all time for wrestlers.
Well, do they use this exact one, or do they modify?
I think it's modified a little bit.
I think it's modified a little bit.
Modified a little bit. But let's pipe this on down just a bit, even though we do like this stuff. It's very good. Very, very good. Go like and subscribe. Of course, also the Uncensored Wrestling Talk Facebook page. Join us on our conversations and our thoughts. And get in your questions if you would like. We'll definitely do that and talk about it. And of course, our resident referee HD Daniels. We're on X now as well.
UW Talk KYRO.
UW Talk KYRO. Join us there as well. Now, a lot of stuff going on this week. Next week, though, it'll be AEW's Full Gear pay-per-view, and I'm a little surprised. Usually within about a week of the pay-per-views for AEW, we've got the entire full card, but right now, gentlemen, there's only 9 matches. Only 9 matches right now. Usually it's like anywhere between 12 to 14, 12 to 15 matches.
I'll add some.
Oh yeah, probably. You're probably right.
And are you including the pregame or the pre-shows matches? You know,
right now, there's only 9 announced, and I'm thinking at least 2 of those will go on the pre-show. Right? There's usually 2, maybe 3, sometimes 4 of those matches on the pre-show. So let's jump into this and let's talk about some of these matches that are going to happen. Adam Cole was desperately trying this past week to get that much coveted 3rd win in a row to get into that match with MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, but he didn't come out on top on that one.
That shocked me, actually.
It shocked me as well. So we are going to have MJF taking on Roderick Strong. Before we jump into that match, with Kyle O'Reilly coming down and making the save like he did, hugging Roderick Strong, shaking his hand and hugging him, but then not even
he really did
acknowledge Adam Cole. What do you guys take of that?
So is Adam, he's out of the match.
He is out of the match.
Right. Technically, right now he is.
I wonder where they're going with that, because who cares about MJF versus Roderick Strong?
Yeah. Nobody really wanted that. They wanted Adam Cole versus MJF.
So what are they doing? Some kind of angle?
I think it's got to be some sort of a turn, right?
Yeah.
Or is Adam not able to,
I don't know. He's looked pretty doggone good in his first few matches back from that devastating ankle injury and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I actually enjoyed the Takeshita match between Adam Cole and
Takeshita puts on good matches.
Yeah. So now, does that set up maybe Adam changes direction to kind of go back against Don Callis and Takeshita? I don't know. I don't see it though. I think they're still too focused on finishing the story, as we'd like to say, between MJF and Adam Cole.
Even though the story doesn't make a lot of sense.
Right.
What's the story?
What is the story?
I don't know. Because
well, the story is that he befriended MJF, but yet knew the foresight to stab him in the back first.
Sure.
But now he's a good guy. And
it's got my mind completely turned around and upside down.
Which means Adam Cole's going to stab MJF in the back again. 2 stabs make it right.
But as a hero. He's going to stab MJF in the back as a hero, even though he was a villain last time?
I know.
It doesn't make very much sense.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't. But what does make sense to me is this match is going on. Kyle O'Reilly comes down. Things are happening. Adam Cole comes down. And inadvertently or somehow, one way or the other, gets into the ring. And MJF, Roger Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly, and Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett, they all turn on Adam Cole. Because we saw at the end of last year, it was Adam Cole with the Undisputed Kingdom turning on MJF.
Well, they needed the Undisputed Kingdom, I guess, to be that heel faction. Adam Cole is beloved.
And MJF's got to have people to control, right?
Right.
Yeah, we're once again in the story of MJF saying, you got to beat my friends before you can fight me.
Yep.
How many times have we seen this?
A lot.
Does that mean Wardlow's coming back?
I mean, I hope so.
Wardlow?
I like Wardlow.
We haven't seen him in a while, have we? I don't know what the story is with that. Is he injured again? Nobody ever says anymore.
Well, it's like Ricky Starks. He's not injured, but yet they just
I think there's some contractual issues going on with that whole thing.
Ricky Starks just came back, returned in St. Louis, Glory Pro Wrestling. So I don't know what Maybe he was off the shelf. I don't know. But
it's interesting. I mean, also, though, you have to remember with AEW, a lot of the guys and the gals, they're allowed to go do independent shows and everything like that. So I think I didn't really think a whole lot of it as far as that goes with Ricky coming back to Glory Pro here in the St. Louis area, because it's just one of those things that, you know, it happens with the guys and the gals in AEW. But from what I've been reading and hearing and all that kind of stuff, there's just some contractual issues going on between him and AEW. What they are, nobody really knows. Is his contract coming up? Again, nobody really knows. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Ricky Starks, but he's one of those guys, though, gentlemen, that I think you can't have on the sidelines doing nothing. He's a hell of a talent that needs to be utilized if he's healthy. And if he wasn't healthy, he wouldn't be doing independent shows, right? That's what I'm thinking anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, does it go back to him being punished by AEW for him showing up at quote-unquote behind the scenes at WrestleMania last year to support Cody?
Boy, that was a year ago, though.
I agree, but, you know, is Tony Khan holding a grudge?
I think sometimes, and this isn't because I'm in the business, maybe a little, but wrestling at that level, AEW, WWE, it's a job. And think about any job, like an office job. Mm-hmm. If you got somebody back there you just don't like, I'm not saying Ricky Starks is not liked. I'm just saying there are different personalities and situations that arise that, you know, maybe some guy just doesn't get an opportunity, maybe for a promotion.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know what's going on there.
Very true. Very true.
I mean, he could be the best computer programmer you've ever seen, but if he's a jackass, you know, and I'm not saying that, I'm just saying we don't know why Ricky's not being used. It could be a variety of reasons.
Very true, very true. All right, MJF versus Roderick Strong. What do you think happens, Superfan?
MJF's going to come out on top some way or another. Whether there's outside interference or whatever, they still got to promote him. He's still probably one of their top talents that needs to stay on top, so he's going to come out with the win.
HD?
I agree. I don't see any reason why MJF would lose, but I didn't see why Adam Cole would lose either. So
it's very interesting. Very interesting. I think one of the better feuds going on right now, we're going to see this match at AEW's Full Gear. The Switchblade, Jay White, taking on Hangman Adam Page.
I like this rivalry, but I don't know why we have this rivalry.
Well, it's going back to when Hangman hurt Jay White originally, and then Christian Cage finished the job on the ankle that cost him 6 months.
Okay.
I think it could go back even further than that, honestly. I mean, granted, Hangman's had this turn of attitude, a turn of...
I like it.
I do too. And of course that started with sort of Strickland and all that kind of stuff. But with this, you could really say this goes several years back to when they were both members of the Bullet Club. And Hangman was being poo-pooed on, being used as a quote-unquote jobber. You know,
that's a naughty word.
I know.
How dare you say that?
Quickly.
It's uncensored.
It's uncensored, baby.
There's no such thing as that.
Using him as a scapegoat. No pun intended to Jack Perry. It really goes. It has some deep-rooted issues there. And what are they? 1-1 against each other now?
Mm-hmm.
This is the rubber match. Is it the end of it? I doubt it.
Right.
I doubt it. But you've got the Juice Robinson, in Jay White's corner. You've also got the Gunn brothers. Hangman, I wonder if he's really taking that into effect, the number situation. I think he doesn't care.
No, he's
when
kind
he
of a
doesn't
loose
care,
cannon.
but he's also. I think he's starting to make way, maybe with Christian Cage, and
Is his father still alive?
Ooh,
yeah.
It's a good question.
That's a good question.
It's a good question. All right, Jay White, Hangman Adam Page, HD. Who's going to pick up the win in this one?
Man, I don't even know if it matters, but I guess I'll say I really don't know if it matters. Like Jay White wins, Adam Page wins. What's next? I don't know. Let's say Jay White wins.
Okay. Superfan.
I'm going to go with one of the originals with Hangman Adam.
You're going
Page.
Hangman
Fair
Adam
enough.
Page. Okay.
Yeah, just because I think you could still use him more and more. Yeah, you can bring back the Gun Club and push for the Trios Championship and all that, but I think there's more upside by pushing Page some more.
You're on an island all by yourself on this one, buddy.
Okay.
I'm sticking
fine.
with Jay White, the Switchblade, on this one. I think just, the numbers are going to get to Hangman Adam Page, and it's going to make him even crazier.
He did have a big loss though against Swerve.
He did.
So he does need the win, but I don't feel it.
I don't either. Four-way. It's a four-way for the AEW tag team titles. Somebody explain to me why this one makes sense. However, it will be Private Party, the new champions, defending against the Outrunners, against the Acclaimed, and also against a very underrated, underused, I believe, tag team, Kings of the Black Throne.
Yeah.
All right, so I think this will be the shortest reign of the tag champs.
Oh no,
they're going to lose. I'm really kind of pulling the Kings of Black Throne. It's just they're.
Superfan is going with Malachi Black and Brody King.
I've become more and more of a Brody King guy.
Me too.
I've
over
been
the
last
last
year.
work.
Little HD loves Brody King too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He
Okay.
loves him. Yeah.
Okay.
But on a side note, you gotta love the Outrunners. Bring back the 80s, baby. Oh, some of their stuff I just smile and laugh at and go, yep, I remember
And
that.
sometimes I look at it and I go, oh, yikes.
Yeah, it's a little bit on the,
A little bit. It's
a little bit on the corny side.
Who you got in this one, HD?
I'm going to say the tag team champs retain. It's too soon to lose, but I can understand the desire for the Kings of Black Throne to win.
I do have a very strong desire to see the Kings of the Black Throne, the House of Black, and crazy vignettes going on with Julia Hart now too.
That's kind of cool, right?
She's been gone for quite some time. Why has she been gone? Nobody really
injured.
knows why that. They never really said though. But I think it's outside of Julia Hart holding that TBS championship. Nobody in the House of Black has really held a title, right?
Were they the Trios champs
Yeah,
for
they
a
were.
minute?
No, you're right. You're
For a minute.
absolutely right. They were the Trios champions for a minute. And that's when they just,
That
I
was
think it
hot
was just
potato time.
before they combined everything and then split it apart again. A whole nother confusing situation. But you know what? HD, you're on an island all by yourself on this one.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go with Malachi Black and Brody King. They've been on one heck of a roll as of lately, and nothing, not to take away from Private Party and the journey that they had to go through to capture those titles, but I just don't see Private Party as the champions. It just doesn't click for me.
Why did they win the championships then? Consolation?
Because the Young Bucks wanted to go away for a while.
Right.
Because they saw what was going on with John Moxley and all of them, and they did not want anything to do with it.
So, kayfabe, are you saying they lost on purpose?
No, I'm not saying they lost on purpose.
All right.
No, I am not going there. However, it was quite convenient.
Sure.
Because, as soon as they lost,
They're shredding
they
documents
were gone.
and running out
They
the door.
jumped in the limo and said, "We out. We not coming back for a while." So
So why would non-kayfabe? Why would they award the private party with the tag team championships just to lose so quickly?
Why do they do anything like they do? It's AEW.
Then why talk about the matches? We got to ask the whys.
The whys. We're going to ask more whys. But right now, we've got a break that we've got to take right now. We're up against that break right now. So we're going to go ahead and take that break. And then we'll jump right back into what we're talking about with AEW Full Gear and all the wonderful things going on this pay-per-view right after this.
New and used firearms, gun repair, and all types of outdoor accessories on Main Street in downtown Winfield. Black Flag Outfitters. Check us out on Facebook or stop by at 203 Main Street in Winfield. 636-358-0992. You know, people keep talking about how much their homeowner's insurance keeps going up and how the prices are just unbearable in these high times. Well, let me tell you what I did. I got a hold of Dave and Holly over at Safe Harbor Insurance, and they were able to save me a ton of money on my home insurance. And it's not because I cut cost, it's because they're brokers. They made it happen for me, and they saved me a ton of money. Check them out at Safe Harbor Insurance. Give them a call at 636-668-6296 and see how much money Dave and Holly can save you.
For residential, renovation, remodeling, fireplace services, and installation, call First Due Contracting, LLC.
Hi, this is Matt King. For all your jobs, big and small, call First Due Contracting, LLC at 636-359-6924.
Well, welcome back to Uncensored Wrestling Talk right here in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Of course, you can join us still on all of our different Facebook feeds, the YouTube feed, the Rumble feed. Check it out. Join us on our conversations and your questions. We'll definitely get to them if you do. Let's jump back into this. Full Gear, AEW, next Saturday. Or is it Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Is it Saturday?
It's on a Saturday.
They keep flip-flopping them back and forth between Saturdays and Sundays.
I think they realized with WWE doing it on Saturdays that it actually works out a little bit better.
Well, yeah, you can have 14 matches and stay up till 1 a.m.
Right
on a Saturday.
Yeah, and then on top of that, watch the media scrum, the post media scrum afterwards, because there's always stuff happening on that too now. So let's go until 1 o'clock.
Just have 2 match cards and then the media scrum. That's all anybody wants to talk about.
Another championship on the line for AEW Full Gear. This one will be the ladies' TBS Championship. Of course, that title being held right now by 2-belt Mercedes Moné, and she's got that Brickhouse Camille with her. I just got to think. I'm just wondering how much longer before Camille has had enough of the nonsense that goes on. But Moné will be taking on Chris Statlander.
Yeah, I think this is where Camille steps back out. I don't know if she's got a legit arm injury. Yeah, because I don't like it. She's too much better to be a lackey like that.
Agree. Yeah, I have a few different thoughts about this.
Go ahead.
Like Sasha Banks, just the name Sasha Banks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a name bigger than that has ever signed with AEW? You could make an argument for like Will Ospreay. You know, but like the name, just the name value, Sasha Banks. She comes in, now she's Mercedes, yes, but just the name value alone of who they acquired.
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't she shot up to the Women's Championship first? Now, that's just a side comment. Now she's a TBS champion.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got Camille, who was the one-time, that was her thing, the one-time NWA champion.
Yeah.
Booked as
over 800 days as the NWA champion.
Booked as a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got these two. What's just like you said, Camille is better than this.
Yeah.
It's disappointing, in my opinion.
You've got a point.
And I don't know, I kind of hope Mercedes loses. Let's just get her out of this division, move up to the top, in my opinion.
So you would rather see Mercedes going after that women's
I would. I think her name value alone is deserving of it.
Okay. HD? I mean, Superman.
No,
what do you think of what
I kind of agree with that. I mean, if you're going on name value, yeah, she should be in the women's heavyweight. You know, the main title.
If you want to compete and have your name out there as AEW, the best wrestling, I mean, I don't really like to critique wrestling talent per se, but there's been a lot of criticisms on Mercedes lately. But
Sure.
her name value alone, just main evented WrestleMania. I mean, get her up there.
Yeah.
Get her in the main title picture.
Here's my problem, and maybe it's just me. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Almost every single match that I see Mercedes Moné in, it is sloppy.
I know, and
it's just terrible.
Well, we can go there if you guys want to. I don't
go
know.
there.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
there. I mean, there's no masking it. There's no help from the other one either. Whoever she's facing, it becomes a complete. I hate to use the term, but it's a slop fest.
Sure.
I don't know what the issue is here.
So, you go first.
I think that even goes back to her time with WWE. I think she got a little bit too big for her britches after coming out of NXT, and she stopped pushing it.
So I'll say that, and I don't know Mercedes, so I don't want to take this too far, but not everyone is cut out to lead a match.
Sure.
And she's the veteran over there. Maybe it's not her thing.
Not in your comfort zone.
Sure. I'm reminded of Sasha Banks versus Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
That was an awesome match.
Sure.
Ronda was a rookie then, you could say. So,
yeah.
I don't know if it's producing. I don't know if it's ring general type stuff. I can't put my finger on why.
Yeah, because even in the WWE, of course, when she first started even in NXT, there was issues that needed to be worked out and fixed and all that kind of stuff. Everybody goes through that. Right. Everybody, no matter who it is. But when she got to the main roster, though, she was clicking. She was clicking on all cylinders, especially her matches with the Queen, Charlotte Flair.
I enjoyed her time there.
So, excuse me, I can't put my finger on why this is happening to her right now. I don't know. Is she not getting in there and training? Is she not doing the little things that you got to do to stay on top of things? I guess you could say. Yeah. I don't know. We don't know the answer to it, unfortunately.
Or is it the fact that you don't know really who you're going to face? Because AEW is notorious for leading you down this path and then just throw somebody else in there right at the last moment.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be a bit of that. Are these issues for you guys taking you out of your investment in her? You just don't care? Because I still do.
I still care. That's why I'm still talking about it. Mm-hmm. If I didn't care, I wouldn't even be talking about it.
But let's say she loses, right? Are you going to be like, nah, I don't care to see her anymore?
No,
okay.
no. I'm not that. I'm not in that boat. I know there's a lot of people in that boat, but I'm not amongst those.
She commands performance, and you want to see her. You want to hear what she's going to do. Should be at the next level. Yeah. Do you have enough women there that you can fill into that TBS role? Yeah,
I say yes.
Here's the thing, though: if she loses the belt to Chris Statlander, and they move her over into the, I guess you could call it the AEW women's title scene, right? I want to see her earn her way, though. I want to see her pick up victory after victory after victory, climbing that ladder, and not just thrown into that world title scene right away.
Then you'd want her as a babyface.
It doesn't really matter to me one way or the other. Still got to climb that ladder,
though. A heel Mercedes would just lose the title, and the next week on Dynamite just say, I won it, and she's right there.
True, but is that best for business? That's the biggest thing you got to look at.
In a way, it could be because of just who she is.
Okay.
I mean, they're paying her how much?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Get her up there in that title picture.
And then also, how much longer do you keep Camille with her?
I'm just disappointed in what they've done with Camille in general.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with her at this point.
All right, Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander with Camille in Moné's corner. Superfan, who you think's going to win that one?
Chris Statlander. Only because I agree. It'd be nice to push her, get a different direction. I don't like where
Yeah,
it's going.
HD.
I feel like they need a change, and Statlander should win, become the 2-time.
Okay. And see, and that's another one that just doesn't make sense to me. She's in this feud with Willow Nightingale. She's turned on her, you know, going through the whole I'm a bad person situation. Even helping with the turns against Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
And all of that, and then all of a sudden, click of the fingers, no explanation whatsoever, she's back to being a baby?
Well, she did explain. She said that...
I must have missed it.
She said the reason she did what she did was to get rid of a problem that was Willow. Now it's been taken care of. Now I'm back onto my path for championships.
But she said that, yeah, a long time ago about that. But that doesn't explain the switcheroo between being bad, anything by any means necessary, basically.
I'm going to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
And I don't want to get into it really, but I'm just going to... Did they ever explain why Roman is a babyface now?
True words.
They just do things.
Right.
Sometimes they do things that just don't make no sense. You both have gone with the challenger, Chris Statlander, in picking up the TBS championship. You know what? Of course, Monet also holds that NJPW Strong Women's Championship as well. I think she holds on to it. I do. I think she holds on to the title and it continues on.
Go on your island.
I'm going on the island. I'm taking, provisions with me.
On the line?
Huh?
No, just one.
Okay. Just the one. Just the TBS title. Whew. The Hurt Syndicate. Bobby Lashley. His very first AEW match coming up. Going up against Swerve Strickland. HD, who you got in this one, my friend?
It's a tough one.
It is.
Does Bobby win in his first match in AEW?
Absolutely.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, you have to.
Swerve just had a really big loss, though. Does he lose momentum if he loses to the outsider?
But see,
That's a good question.
I think they're going to build something with the Hurt business again. So you can't.
The Hurt Syndicate.
Hurt Syndicate. Sorry. Sorry. I got it wrong.
I don't want MVP showing up here going, hey, you people need to do this right.
I just think that if you have Lashley lose, because he's the big person of the syndicate, then now you just killed it.
Maybe.
So, I get it, and I don't necessarily disagree, but I always feel like the education of the AEW audience is a factor that comes into everything that they do.
Yeah.
They know who Bobby Lashley is.
Yeah.
It's not like WWE where you got all these people who don't know. Let's say it was reversed. Who's Swerve? We think he was an NXT before. This is complete opposite. This is the former WWE champion, fought Brock Lesnar, blah, blah, blah. If he loses, does he lose momentum in reality? I don't know.
All right, so who you got? Who you got, HD? Who's going to win this one?
Swerve needs it, but I feel like Bobby will win.
Okay.
Get sympathy on Swerve for a little bit.
Super fan. Who you got?
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley. It's a flip the coin on this one for me.
Yeah.
But you know what? I also agree that how can Bobby Lashley lose
on his very first
match in AEW?
Because if he does lose, we all know who he is in reality.
True.
He's not some newcomer. We know who he is.
Exactly. So I'm going with Bobby Lashley as well. We've got about 2 minutes before we take our last break here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. The TNT Championship is on the line. The Scapegoat, Jack Perry, defends against Daniel Garcia. HD.
Do we care about... That's the wrong way to say it, but why are we invested in this? The Young Bucks are gone. We don't even see Jack Perry.
Yeah.
Because we still got Okada with that other title.
Yeah. This is true. The Continental Championship, which that tournament's going to be starting up apparently here very, very soon. to see who can capture that. And of course, he will be in that tournament because he's the current champion.
If Garcia wins, what does that mean? What happens to Jungle Boy? Because the Bucks are gone.
Very true.
So if he loses the belt, what happens? And I don't know if they're thinking that far ahead.
Right? I don't think they're thinking him in a week ahead sometimes. Super fan.
I agree with Jack Perry only because Garcia, I mean, yes, he's still the future. He's a good wrestler, but without someone like Bryan Danielson around, he's just he's missing something.
Well, we had that Dynamite with the love fest of Daniel Garcia that one time. And I was
Right.
like, man, what's going to happen with this guy?
Yeah.
And nothing. The answer was nothing. So.
The answer was nothing.
Right.
You're very true. You're very right. You know what? I love Daniel Garcia, though. I do like his style. I like the way he goes about himself. You know, even when he was with Chris Jericho, I enjoyed his work. But is right now the time to put, and I think he deserves to have a championship at some point.
Well, they got a lot of them over there.
They do.
Doesn't have to be that one.
This is true. This is true. And I don't think it's going to be this one.
No.
Nope. I don't think so. I think Jack Perry, he keeps the championship for many different reasons. A lot of the ones that you guys have already talked about. All right, so we are up against our last break here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. And we've got about, 2 more matches on this AEW's Full Gear card to talk about. And then we'll jump into more stuff right here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. And we'll see you right around the corner.
Trust the professionals at Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions. Buying or selling, they'll make your dreams come true. Here's commercial property and development expert Rick Meyer.
Oh, it's been a great family business. My dad started the company, and we have been in business a long time. And look at all our properties at MeyerListings.com. You can also call us at 636-462-5555.
Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, North Lincoln Drive in Troy, 636-462-5555. Online at MeyerListings.com.
Hi, everybody. This is News Radio KYRO Vice President and General Manager John Chepper, and I have a question for you. Have you ever considered hosting a foreign exchange student? If you haven't, perhaps the time is now. You can host a high school student from another country who lives with your family for 5 to 10 months, a new international branch for your family tree, and an opportunity to share your part of America with an international teenager. AYUSA has been connecting families around the world for over 30 years. A track record of trust with compassionate, engaged student leaders and personalized host family support. There's no typical family. No matter where you live or how your family is structured, there's a student waiting for a family like yours for a unique opportunity. Find out more by contacting the AYUSA local representative Tricia Schneidermeyer at 636-295-7224. Explore the wonderful opportunities that AYUSA has to offer, connecting families around the world for over 30 years.
At CHS, we know what it takes to feed and fuel the world, to integrate a global ag and energy supply chain, to advocate for farmers in their fields and around the world, to build communities, invest in rural America, and empower rural economies. It takes courage, conviction, commitment. It takes the nation's leading farmer-owned cooperative. It takes a co-op. It takes CHS.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Overcast clouds in Troy, getting down to 45 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the upper 60s, moderate rain likely. Temperatures in the lower 60s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 56. In Wentzville it's 55 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground, Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Free
Of course, that's Break the Walls Down from the 2002 remix. Y2J, Chris Jericho.
I miss this song.
I do too. I do too. That's a good pick, HE. This one's on you.
Yeah? I'll take it.
Dropped by the Walls of Jericho. We don't see that nearly enough anymore.
The Walls of Jericho?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
In his book, he talks about how he prefers to do that on smaller guys.
Yeah.
Like the Lion Tamer, especially when he lifts you up vertically.
Mhm.
It's just harder to do it on big guys.
Sure. Absolutely. I can understand that. And as of right now, you know, he is not on the card for AEW's Full Gear.
Shame.
And I think so. I think you're right. That's where I was going to go. How shameful is that right now? Of course, we still got a week. We've got a week. It'll happen, I guess. I think, if I remember correctly, his match with Tomohiro Ishii is coming up on Dynamite, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe they'll set up something.
I'm hoping so. Something. Because how can you have a pay-per-view, an AEW pay-per-view, without a healthy and ready to go Chris Jericho?
Well, I feel like we're in the minority because he's getting a lot of like go-away heat lately. It started in St. Louis, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You ain't wrong. And that's where I say sometimes wrestling fans can be wrong.
They're wrong a lot.
They're wrong a lot. You're right. You're right.
Are you saying that I'm wrong?
Hey, Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, I agree.
We're all fans.
If we're saying Get Jericho needs to go away, then yeah, you're wrong.
I'm kind of done with the learning tree, though.
Agree. I think his character that he's doing this, like...
The happy, hi guys!
Hi guys!
So I love it. I love it because he knows exactly what he's doing.
Exactly.
He has ears. He hears what people are saying. He's reading it. And he knows exactly what he's doing.
But I kind of liked him back when he was the Ocho, because then he would bring out whatever, whether it needed to be the Lion Tamer, whether it needed to be Chris Jericho. What was his...
Lionheart.
Pain.
I know what you're saying.
Pain.
Yeah, the
Pain
maker.
Yeah. You know, he could bring those out. Now he's just stuck with, hi guys.
Well, he's doing it to piss people off.
Right.
Absolutely.
On purpose.
And he's getting through. Mm-hmm. He's getting that. But also, look at the different people he's put on the shelf as the learning tree. The biggest name right now, in my mind anyway, Samoa Joe. Put him through that wall, and we have not seen Samoa Joe since, and it's been what, 3 months?
Well, I think he
4
just
months
fantasy.
ago?
I think he just fantasy booked your next championship.
Ooh. I kind of like that.
I do too.
I'd like to. I mean, maybe too soon for Full Gear, but I definitely want to see that. I definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Joe has to come back sometime.
Does he?
I want him back.
Well, you want him back, but does he need to? He's getting up there.
Does he need to? He doesn't need to do anything he doesn't want
But
to
I
do.
think he still has...
Does he want to?
I think he wants to. You know, it's not time for him to, quote unquote, lace up or put the boots in the middle of the ring.
Fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. We got about 10 minutes left here on the show on Uncensored Wrestling Talk, and we've still got 2 matches that we need to get through here real quickly. Will Ospreay will be taking on his former best friend. And how many times have we seen this type of scenario? Best friends against each other. It happens all the time, right? But this one, Will Ospreay is taking on Kyle Fletcher, a person that during COVID he helped, had him move into his house, eating his food, taking care of him, all that kind of stuff. And then for Kyle Fletcher to turn around and turn on him like he did, what a dastardly deed! It's Will Ospreay taking on Kyle Fletcher. HD, what do you think?
I think this is maybe the best thing about Dynamite, this rivalry. I'm enjoying it. I don't particularly care for the Don Callis part. Like, I could live without him, but
Granted.
I'm invested in this. I think Kyle Fletcher's doing a great job in his promos and explaining what he's doing. And I don't know if he cut his hair to be like a Don Callis clone. That's kind of intriguing, I guess. But at the same time, like, I don't know if I care about the Callis part. But maybe he's being used to manipulate young Kyle Fletcher.
Oh, he's definitely manipulating.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Now,
I don't know. I like it.
During this lead up to this match, one of the things I found interesting and surprising was Powerhouse Hobbs joining forces with Ricochet against Callis guys, and then jumping out there to help Will Ospreay against Kyle Fletcher and the Callis boys.
Once again, they just do things.
Yeah.
Well, they've got to explain that
Ricochet explained it.
Right.
Yeah. But they just do things.
Right. They do things to see if it's going to stick sometimes. And I guess maybe sometimes you have to do that. But I don't know if it was needed in this situation. But
Powerhouse needed a match, and they put him in a match.
He was ready to go, by golly. HG, who do you got in this one, Ospreay or Fletcher?
I feel like Ospreay's going to win, even though he doesn't need to.
Okay. Superfan.
See, I'm going to go on the flip side of that. I think Fletcher is going to win because he needs it, and to keep pushing him up the card.
I agree with you, but I just feel like they're going to go with Ospreay.
Yeah. How do you?
I think it's going to be a great match, though.
How do you pick against Will Ospreay, though? I mean, pound for pound, there's a serious argument that can be made. Pound for pound, the best wrestler in the world today. He can go with anybody.
True.
He's one of those ones. So let's be honest about it. He's one of those ones that can make a broom look dang good. Right. So my money right now, my money's on Will Ospreay.
What happens with Kyle Fletcher after he loses?
He takes the screwdriver.
There's a beatdown after the match.
Yes, I think so. And because this just one match to end it all, I don't think happens. Not in this situation.
Not one match to end it all, but the first one should go to the guy. I want what Tim said to happen. I just don't think they're going to do it. I want Kyle Fletcher to have that win.
Same, but I don't think they're going to do it. I just don't. I just get that feeling that Will Ospreay, in his mind, too much to lose here.
Sure.
There's too much to lose. His momentum would be completely gone and in the trash can.
Will Ospreay can't lose momentum.
No. And being pound for pound the best wrestler in the world, in my mind, you can't lose momentum like this. Not like this.
But if he wins and it's over with, does that mean Ospreay's heading towards the World Championship?
Versus the Death Riders.
That's a good question. I think so. I do. I really think so. So with that being said, Superfan, I'll
be on the island.
Yourself on that.
I want to be on his island.
You got Kyle Fletcher.
I'll send you a boat.
Have Will Ospreay. But that leads us to the match for the AEW Heavyweight Championship. Of course, Jon Moxley of the Death Rider, the leader of the Death Riders. Of course, I'm speaking about Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Pac, and Marina Shafir. He defends against Orange Cassidy. And I gotta say, I have always, and again, this is just me personally, I have always enjoyed Orange Cassidy. His style is different. His character is different. We've never seen anybody like Orange Cassidy in the history of professional wrestling that does the way he does things.
All without a catchphrase.
All without a catchphrase, yeah.
Which is a catchphrase.
Huh?
Yeah,
which is a catchphrase.
Yeah, which is a catchphrase. But, I mean, but is now the time that he picks up a major championship. I'm not saying that he's not worthy of it, because he's definitely worthy of it. But now is the time that he ends Jon Moxley's crazy run here.
You know, we talk about AEW not having, foresight for the future. I really think they can't screw this up. Like, Death Riders cannot lose right now. They can't. Doesn't matter. You put up all your AEW greats. They can't lose for a while. Whatever Moxley is trying to accomplish, losing that title right now would just be devastating to the whole angle they're working.
Now, of course, he beat Bryan Danielson at the last event, last major pay-per-view event for AEW. And Bryan Danielson is no longer a full-time wrestler. But that doesn't mean he's retired completely.
Sure.
He's off getting the neck surgeries and the different surgeries he's got to get done to get completely healed up. I think it's going to be around about 8, 9, maybe even a year. 8, 9 months to a year.
Even if he wasn't hurt, keep him off TV for a while.
Right.
Yeah. But I think he's the one that comes back to face off with Jon Moxley and kind of builds a group around him to go up against the Death Riders. Who's going to be amongst that group? There's no telling. But I think Jon Moxley's... This is, again, too soon for me, for him to lose this championship, to lose the momentum that they've built up already. And you've got to have a powerful person.
You do.
And I love Orange Cassidy. I love his character. I love the way he does things, but I'm not saying that he's not worthy of a championship like this, but now is not the time. So I am going with Jon Moxley. Superfan, what you think?
To me, the only way Cassidy's going to win is if Yuta actually does something to swerve the Death Riders.
They are playing that up.
They're playing that angle a little bit. Whether or not he would actually fall back in line with Cassidy, I don't know. So I'm going to say it's Moxley. I think you got too much of a storyline that you can keep going with.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I vote Moxley.
For sure. Hey, we've got about 2 minutes left here in this show. Last minute thoughts on anything that we went through or didn't get to. HD.
I think briefcases are being overused in the world of wrestling today, but it's really cool that they're hiding that title in that briefcase.
Yeah.
He's just not showing it until AEW changes into what he wants it to be. I think that's so cool.
That is pretty deep. That's different.
Yeah.
That's definitely different. Superfan?
I'm going to go back to Monday night with the Miz. I like the swerve that the Miz did and getting one up on the Wyatt 6 or sick.
Is Wyatt 6 the group that you want to mess with, though?
But that's the Reckoning versus the Sick. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm into it.
The Final Testament versus the Wyatt 6. That could be a War Games match itself.
Are we ever going to have a traditional Survivor Series match again?
I think so. I mean, we'll see if they end up doing one, but I think how can you have Survivor Series without having a traditional Survivor Series?
Because Survivor Series was getting outplayed, and Triple H needed to bring in that cage to give it some spice.
All right, spice. We're talking all things nice. Okay, so we got about 30 seconds here left on the show. Superfan, thank you so much as usual.
Thank you
for coming in and joining us this morning. HD, our resident referee, thank you so much.
Thank you
as well. I am Sarge, and until next time, next Sunday, right here. Go watch some wrestling later on. 2 o'clock pregame show, 3 o'clock kickoff. Chiefs, let's go!
Happy birthday, Claire.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 12 o'clock in the Heartland.
Fox News, I'm Paul Stevens. House Speaker Mike Johnson commenting on the